welcome to today's video. As you can see today, the bonnet's up on the A4, so that can only mean one thing. Today is a maintenance video. What I'm going to go through today is just checking basic things on your vehicle, checking your oil, checking your tyre pressures, just basic weekly maintenance tasks to do on your car to keep it in a good running condition. So let's get on with it. Right, so first we're going to go on and check is the oil level. Unfortunately for me, on all modern Audis, which is a pain in the bum, there's no dipstick. As you can see, nowhere in my engine I have no dipstick. So what I have to do, and this will be all the same for any modern Audis, is go into the inside and check the oil on mine, turn the ignition on, so then I go into my MMI screen, to the car menu, leave it a few seconds to load. So now from here, press the left button, brings up this menu, scroll down to servicing and checks, click on that, and in there you'll see you've got obviously tyre pressure loss indicator and then oil level. Click on oil level. As you see, my oil level is probably about 7/8 full, which I'm not going to bother topping that up at that. So that's how you check the oil level on my car. Most other VAG cars like Skoda and probably Seat and Volkswagen still have a dipstick, so you haven't got to go into this menu. You can just pull the dipstick out and check it as you would with any other car. So the next check I'm going to go on to is to show you tyre pressure check. So move on to that one. A good tool to have when checking tyre pressure is a decent tyre pressure gauge. You can get obviously a manual one what comes up on a standard gauge readout, or you can get the more modern digital ones, which is what I use. As you see, comes up with digital display, displays your pressure. So let's go and check the pressure in my tyres. Let's go on. First things first is to check what pressure you need to be running in your vehicle. In the bags you have on the driver's side a little sticker. On that sticker find your tyre size, which for me is that bottom one, 245 35 19s. So from there you've got two pressures. I like to work in PSI, which has got 41 for the front, 38 for the rear. That's on an unloaded car. If you're going to be carrying a load of weight in the vehicle, you want extra pressure in, which for me is 44 and 46. So once you've got that, you want to then go along to your tyre. So I'm only going to show you one because checking all the pressures are the same. Obviously take your dust cap off, get your pressure gauge, put it on. As you see from that screen, I've got 38 in my front tyre, which if you remember from the sticker, I need 41 in the front. So the front right tyre needs some air in. Right, so the two different ways of putting air in your tyre. You've either got a big compressor with a air tank on, which runs off the mains, or can obviously get the little portable compressors which run off the car's 12-volt supply. What I'm going to use today is a little portable compressor. It's just a lot easier than getting the big compressor out. So let's go along and top the tyre up. Another good weekly check that I like to do is check your tyre tread depth. To do that, you have a look on your tyre. You've got these little bars, which are the wear bars. That indicates the minimal amount of tread wear allowed for that tyre from the manufacturer. That might not be the legal limit, that could be under it, but it gives you a good idea of how much wear your tyres have done. So a good thing to check, good way to check, is normally, obviously my wheels were straight earlier. I've just turned around just to make it easier view for you. All you want to do is just reach around, feel the tread, make sure you've got enough, find the wear bar and just feel how high above that wear bar you are. That's a basic indication to check your tyre depth. A more accurate way would be to get a tyre depth gauge, which I haven't got to hand unfortunately, but all that does is gives you the exact depth of your tyre tread to what it is. Obviously the legal limit for the UK is 1.5 mil. So once you get to 1.5 mil, them tyres need changing. Right, another good thing to do once a week is also top up your washer fluid bottle. This is where mine is. Obviously it's different on every vehicle. Find the location where yours is, and obviously keep on top on it. So what you use, obviously I've got a little pouring bottle. Everything's pre-mixed in there. Pre-mix it to the current season that you're in. Obviously now we're in spring time, so you don't need as much washer fluid to water as you do. I've mixed this 25 to 1. So obviously just tip it up, getting it in the washer tank. And obviously top it up. Obviously mine needs a bit more in, which I'll do off camera. Also another good thing to check is your coolant level. Obviously on mine I can't see it, so to check mine I have to take my lid off. You might get a little bit of hiss, but that's just the pressure from the water, nothing to worry about. Obviously you see mine got a little float in there which indicates the level of the water. As you see that, plenty of water in there, so nothing to worry about there. Always top your coolant up with the correct fluid where it says for your vehicle. Mine says G13, so that's what what coolant fluid you should use for your vehicle. I'll move on and also check my brake fluid reservoir. So mine again, in there I can't see the level, so I have to take the lid off and just have a physical look, and yeah, there's brake fluid in there, so nothing to worry about. Another good weekly check that I like to do is just have a good look around the engine bay. Make sure you can't see any oil leaks, anything looking loose or anything which shouldn't be out of place. Check, like obviously down there you can see the fan belt, make sure that that's nice and tight. You can't see any cracks or anything on it. Just have a good check around. That's obviously the oil filter, make sure you've got no oil leaking out the filter, and just have a good general check around, make sure that there's nothing what looks out of place. And that's all good. Also just do a general check of the bodywork of the car, make sure there's no damage Nothing that you can see, nothing cracked, nothing broken. Obviously if you're not too bothered about it, you're not too bothered, but obviously there's certain things you don't want hanging off, you don't want to fall off, so just have a good look around the vehicle, checking things like your light clusters aren't damaged, checking that a Benny Ben is walking by the car, checking your windscreen wipers, make sure they're on tight, they're not falling off, just doing a general check. Same again with the front. Yep. So also another thing to check, make sure all your lights are working, turn them on, check them. I'm not going to go around and physically do it, otherwise we'll be here all day, but you should know how to check your lights. Obviously to check your headlights, turn them on, check your brake lights, put your brake on, get someone to check them, or park against some reflective material, just anything to check them and just make sure everything's working. Right, so that concludes the video for this week. Obviously I hope that's given you an insight of what things to check on a weekly basis of your vehicle to keep it in good tip-top running condition. Right, so thank you, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and also click on the bell to be notified of any future videos that we make.